A giant pin balloon can only mean one thing, the Cherry Bowl in state. Day 2 of 2, 3 games remain. Marty Miller and Waubonsie in first with a 206-pin lead over second place Leiden. But we start with Mattia Jr. Jordan Newham. She was the only Mustang to advance to Day 2. She starts the afternoon with a 225, her 2-day 27.07, netting her a third-place finish. Only the third top 3 finish at a state event in Waubonsie Valley history, and the first in bowling.
I definitely thought it was a possibility, but it's just surreal to be here and actually know that that's what happened. Lots of hard work has gone into the past year, 2 years, even 3 years, and it's just awesome to say that I got there.
To the team race now, Leiden's Reba Hall second as an individual after 9 games. We mentioned our team second behind the Warriors, the lead down to 158 pins. After Waubonsie rolled a 925 to start the afternoon, Hall's second game, third frame, 10 spot will get the senior excited. Fifth frame now for her teammate Ashley Kristen. She puts it in the pocket. She'd roll a 218. Back to Hall, her fifth frame as well. Another strike, 229 in game 11, 27.88 over the 2-day tournament. Opposite the Eagles, the Warriors struggling. Leiden gained 90 pins through the first 4 frames. Coach Miller trying to right the ship. What do you know? It looks like he did. Day 1 individual leader Julia Bond hits leadoff, gets it going to start the 8th frame. Then her senior classmate Rachel Felton, the Warrior captain, following suit. Warriors strike on 9 of their next 10 balls after the speech. To the 10th, the other senior, Sarah Barsati, coming up big as well. She marked in her final 4 tosses. Waubonsie holds. Leiden gains just 2 pins with 1 to play. Up 156 and looking to repeat, the Warriors doubled down, striking with each of their first 10 balls to start the 12th. Bond solid as always. Then sophomore Violet Kirk joins the strike party. Coach Miller wants to see it with his own eyes. Back to Felton, same lane, same result. The senior captain finished 20th individually with a 25.40. That's a 211.7 average. Ronnie Dreyfus making her first trip to state. She didn't travel with the team last year. I'd say she's doing fine. 223 in the final game, striking in 6 of her first 8 frames after coming in as an afternoon substitute. Warriors lock up their third state trophy in as many years with 1,016 pins to finish the day. Remember Hall's 27.88? Wasn't enough to win an individual title thanks to Bond. The Nebraska recruit finishes her Warrior career with a 28.17, the second best in the history of the state tournament. Waubonsie is bowling title town.
1, 2, 3,
Warriors! We had such a successful season. You know, we won 5 of the 6 tournaments that we played in. We had the most successful season we've ever had in the history of Waubonsie bowling. You know, we won the conference title, we won the regional title, we won the sectional title. So we had some good momentum, you know, built up.
I think we're really good at detaching ourselves from situations. Like when it really comes down to scoring, I think we can take ourselves like out of the situation and able to just score.
We've told the girls all season, each time we played a tournament and when we played this one, no one will just hand you a tournament victory.
I learned that no matter how you start off, you can always finish strong, you can always do better, and then all that matters is picking up your spares, and that's what we practice here. We knew 10 pins did stick, so we just learned different ways to knock them out.
It was hard because, we come in here kind of expected to win, so, people had this target on our backs and stuff, but it's not like anyone was going to hand it to us, so we had to fight for it. So, yes, in a way that it actually was harder this year, and we made it interesting at the end, that's for sure.
200 pins is a lot, but when you're talking about 3 games against a good team like Leiden, it's not as much as you think.
We lost 100 pins off the lead with that game coming in after lunch. So then we faced the team that was in second place and stumbled a bit then.
We just kind of got unfocused. We didn't really have a good line. So we had to regroup, settle down, and just go a frame at a time. We were starting to get too far ahead of ourselves. And when you do that, your head starts going all places and you can't focus on your shot. You're thinking about the outcome.
Rachel Felton, the captain, said, "Coach, you need to talk to us. We've lost our minds."
Sarah Barsati was bowling and I'm standing next to the coach and I whispered in his ear, like, "You need to get the team together and you need to say something." He goes, "I don't know what to say." I said, "I don't care, just say something."
And so I just got them together and I said, girls, we can't do anything about how our opponent is bowling. You can only do something about how you're bowling. You have to take responsibility for what you're doing when it's your turn. You got to close your frame. Didn't forget how to bowl. trust me, you did not forget how to bowl. So you can't make things happen, or let them happen.
A strike is as good as a spare. When you spare, you cause them to have to string. And then we went out there and it got us regrouped. We realized that, it's not about striking, it's about closing our frames, which we weren't doing.
If we do that a frame at a time, then we'll start to get some rhythm back, we'll get some momentum, and then we'll be fine.
We practice spares every single day at practice. That's our strength. So we had to get back to what we know how to do. And it just kind of regrouped everybody, and we looked at each other and said, we want this, we deserve this, we worked hard for this. And so now it's time to go and get it. No one's just going to hand it to you. And we really did that, I guess.
I know the varsity girls, Rachel, Sarah, and Julia, they prepared us when we came here and just gave us a visual on how it would be.
There's that saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So knowing that our newer players, our sophomores, and Talissa coming up from junior varsity and being a senior, being able to rely on them and knowing that we can get a decent score out of them is really helpful because, if I falter or Rachel or Sarah falters, we know that one of them can really step forward and push their game up. It's security. It's really nice.
In the afternoon, I got a little bit nervous, but then everybody else just kept telling me to calm down, and just because they're such good teammates that I completely calmed down and just settled in, and then I was fine.